to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in Ishgard. And before we continue main quest, there's something else I want to do. Namely, pick up the Dark Knight job. And that started right here. After witnessing a spectacle like that, everyday life seems rather dull in comparison. So you didn't see that trial earlier? Ah, your loss. Fury take me, the way that Heretic swung that slab of iron he called a sword was a sight to behold. He couldn't have carried a shield if he wanted to, the blade was so big. Had to keep two hands on it at all times. I was amazed he managed to keep up with a Temple Knight for as long as he did. Fought like a demon from the deepest pits of the seventh hell, bellowing threats and working his arts. I wasn't sure what to make of it at first, but then I heard someone say that he must be a Dark Knight. But you didn't hear it from me? In fact, I'm sure I don't know anything about it. Tell me more. You gods, are you mad? We're standing outside the bloody tribunal. Fine, fine, but keep quiet and listen well, because I'm going to say this once. So as I was saying, the heretic was fighting like a man possessed. Even after he took several wounds, he showed no sign of pain, though there was no mistaking the blood. As the fight wore on, it began to soak through his armor, spreading to every ilm of his body. But then it began to rise and envelop him as a mist. I realized it wasn't blood, but something dark and twisted. But the righteous are not so easily cowed, Helona be praised. I screamed myself hoarse when that Temple Knight slipped past his guard and ran him through. Good riddance, I say. Man was not meant to wield such arts. Yet I wonder, was he truly one of those... Well, it matters not. I heard the Temple Knight talking of dumping his corpse in the broom. By sunlight it'll be stripped bare and tossed over the walls. It will be as though he never was. And as though we never had this conversation. I just remembered I just got a pack of paladin equipment. Yeah, like Solzig is. Here. That's more than far enough for charity. They'll take care of the rest. And perhaps sooner rather than later. Come on. What? The soul crystal? Is this it? Is this all that awaits? No. No more. Enough. Open your eyes. Look. Do you see now? Do you see? Serenia. Serenia! Hmm? I've been waiting for you to open your eyes. You alright? You're moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Weren't you dead? Name's Frey, by the way, and no, I'm not a heretic. Try convincing a Temple Knight drunk on authority of it, huh? Shame the pompous ass got the better of me. I can see that. But how about you? You touched it, yes? That couldn't have felt good. The Soulstone? Did you hear that voice? A voice, eh? And a rather distressed one besides. Please, someone! Anyone! Not so fast. We need to talk about what's happening to you, what's growing within you, before you get carried away. There's darkness within us all. Nothing dangerous, mind. In fact, it's quite healthy, but the crystal changes you, gives you the power to channel it. Do it without proper training, however, and well, it might hurt. I see. Creepy. So go ahead and ask me to teach you. Ask me to instruct you in the ways of a dark knight, and I will. Okay. He wants to be asked. I know you're still worried about that screaming woman, so I keep this brief. We Dark Knights don't care one whit for prestige or pedigree. We are free to follow our hearts, to defend the weak and punish the guilty as we see fit. The law of the land, the authority of a name, these are tools cowards use to escape harm. We have no need of shields, figurative or literal. Here, my blade is your blade, my soul crystal your crystal. Go on, take them. You'll need them soon enough. Dark Knight unlocked. Are you afraid of the dark? And the steel claymore. Huh. Not everything is good for this job, but oh well. We can take care of the details later. And the blood gauge indicating whether I have the tank stamps or not. Okay. Frey? So, put in my skills. Well, well, don't you look the part? Ready to harness the darkness within to set the wrong things right. Now bear in mind that while the darkness gives you strength, that strength comes at a cost. That is but one sacrifice though, and justice demands many. Say a man, a venerable, untouchable man, harms a child in unspeakable ways. He strides through the hoplon, secure in the knowledge that he is beyond punishment. But for one who cuts down that vile beast as he flaunts his freedom, who knows how many others will suffer. Such was the dilemma faced by a goodly knight long ago. He knew that he would be stripped of his titles and denounced for the deed. The threshold we refuse to cross is a line we draw for ourselves. We fear the consequences, and people suffer for our indecision. Everyone who held that crystal came to conquer that fear and became who he wanted to be. That night was the first. Will you be the next? Think on that while you look into the commotion down below. That's a proper Zweiender. There is an old woman. You okay? Please, I don't know what to do. It's my granddaughter. I didn't see him standing there, and I know that's no excuse. But my granddaughter, she started yelling at the temple knight, and I tried to stop her, I did. But when he said he had to come with him, and if he could just tell him how sorry I am, maybe he would. He'd take you too for what he'd do, is what he'd do. Even if you went and begged the blue bastard to intervene, it'd be too late by then. Ain't the first time we've taken a girl her age. If she doesn't fight back, we might let her go after. No, there has to be another way. Ah, Ishgardian justice. They might spare the girl, you know. Leave her with a few scars and a lifelong lesson. Or we could beat every last one of them within an ilm of their lives and rescue the girl. You'd like that, wouldn't you? I would. I knew you would. Everything is going to be alright, madam. When I'm through with those knights, they will not dare trouble you ever again. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're going Batman here. Assuming they didn't just drag her into an alley, they've taken her to either the congregation or the tribunal. The Honorable Ser Aymeric wouldn't suffer such reprehensible behavior under his roof. The Inquisition, on the other hand, well... So that leaves the tribunal. If the girl is still alive, I imagine they'll make all manner of threats. Come any closer and she dies and so forth. If so, we need to make something perfectly clear to them. We're not here for her. We are here for you. Once they understand she means nothing to us, they will attack us or flee. I don't know about you, but I'm eager to find out which. You have learned all Dark Knight abilities and traits to level 30 and view the skills through. I have done that already. Okay. For now we have the tank stance, an AoE attack, a ranged attack, and the standard combo. Just the one sword between the two of us, I'm afraid. You keep it. I dare say it fits rather snugly in your hands. But don't worry about me. I'll do my part to keep you on your feet. Now, should things turn violent, as I expect they shall, you may need to tap into your darkness to survive. It's not unlike drawing upon your own ether to weave magic. Fear, pain, rage, that which lies within the deepest depths of our soul, makes for a potent fuel. But be warned, burn too much too quickly and you risk being consumed. Do not worry, the first step over the threshold is always the hardest. Ah yes, I should have known you'd do that. Right then, let's find the girl. Damn it, girl, you're only making it worse for yourself. The hell's with you, you've done nothing wrong! Why are the pretty ones always so daft? If I had a guild for every time I had to kill an unrepentant bastard like you. What the, are you threatening a temple knight? Oh, you're clever. Yes, I am. Now let her go. Enough of this! With me, girl, now. One more word of protest and I toss your grandmother in a cell to rot. You free? Ceaseless imbecile. Can't even fight for himself. Asshole. Surrender or die! Funny, I was about to say the same thing. Show them no mercy, Serenia. And Frey heals. Bring everyone, she's gone mad. Reinforcements, huh? Looks like we have to even the odds. Search your soul for the darkness. We need but a sliver. Yes. Do you see, Serenia? The flames beckon. Immerse yourself in the flames and ignite the darkness within. Just so. As it burns hotter, so does their strength swell. But do not drink too deep, lest the flames consume you. Draw upon your dark side and drive your foes before you. I'm blind. It's annoying. Oh, a healer. Just in time, asshole, huh? The Titan manifested a flame? Flames. So it's not there. I believe we have to go up here. Ow, that actually hurts. No. Come on, maybe? Yeah, okay. Now let's deal with the divergent. Now you. All this for a base-born bitch? Do you know what you're doing? I do. I'm killing you and anyone else who gets in my way. We're just seeing, apparently we can't get more than 5 stacks of this damage up from the dark side. Reinforcements. Oh, that was too much. You die. I'm down again. Bastard. The next knight who bears steel. I'm not only going to kill him, but I'm going to kill his wife, his friends, and burn his goddamn house down. Okay. Let's save it, girl. Thank you. Those of you yet live remember this horror, and know that should you speak of it, it shall be visited upon you again, 100-fold. Well done, hero. I think the fair maiden wants to have a word. I don't know what to say, miss. Thank you. Thank you. I got a little carried away earlier. It's just that when I saw how they were treating my grandmother, I had to say something and... What? No one screamed their name? My grandmama called out, just for once, but that's it. That's it. Speaking of which, I should hurry back. I suppose I ought to say that I'm sorry for what I did, but I'm not. Those nights are coming. Alone bless you for what you did. Feels good, doesn't it? Strange maybe, but a good strange, I wager. You tapped into something primal, a power nestled within you, yearning to be free. As your understanding of his power grows, so too will your skill as a Dark Knight. You've done well. Far better than I could have hoped, in fact. But there's still so much more to learn. So much further to go. I won't lie to you, Ser Aymeric. The risks will only increase. So if you want to keep going, you have to trust me. Can you do that? I don't know. It's only natural to have doubts. I appreciate your honesty. Give some thought to what I said. When you're ready, come and find me. I'll be waiting where we first met. Flood of Darkness. Line attack in front of you. Which gives you a damage buff, which is nice. And we continue this on level 35, but we now go back to our main quest. Of course not with a Dark Knight, because that doesn't have the necessary level. We are level 30 right now, so... Okay, and here we are. That's it. Sven, how in the seventh do you do it? Was just about to send for you. We have at the moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments should be ready to go. When we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fortum's Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. Okay, off to Fortum's Manor with us. You've been fulfilling your obligations to the old dance, Sven. Mr. Sataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these Mana Cutters of Master Garland were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the area, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Ser Aymeric? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Alright. It's probably for the best that he finally knows what's going on. Okay, can I talk with Ser Aymeric? It's important.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Mana Cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Ishgard taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
The Somal dungeon.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus, you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
He's right, you know.
What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Ser Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, 'twould seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
You're right. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough to without the added worry of carrying a novice. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the mana cutters. Okay, here at the exit of a town. These little beauties are our pride and joy, and now they're yours, so be careful with them, huh? Ah, I guarantee you won't find any loose rivets. We triple-checked. Serenia, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The Final judgments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a summer drill for cottage cheese. And that, my friend, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light. The Dreadworm awaits. There's the Aerie. Which is the next dungeon we will face. Okay. It's a dungeon. Sensing the death of his consort. A wary Nidhogg has surrounded his lair with a wall of tempestuous wind. After calling upon the assistance of Sid and his ingenious engineers, however, you and Destiny are now ready to breach his howling barrier in the winds of their latest airship prototype, the Mana Cutter. Join the Azure Dragoon on this, the greatest of worm hunts, and mount a direct assault upon the Aerie. Only the death of Nidhogg can you ensure the preservation of Ishgard and bring an end to the Dragon Song War. I'm really tempted to do this as a Dragoon. I know it probably won't matter, but also, looking at the time, it's probably best, since this dungeon, to do this next episode. And, well, yeah, until next time. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.